What is going on, guys? Kieran here, and today we're going to take a look at the Icebreaker, an exotic sniper rifle. Now this is honestly one of the most highly sought after sniper rifles in the game, purely because of its massive damage output and just all round versatility. You can use this gun for basically anything. It's effective in PvE, PvP, just about anything, and honestly it makes strikes so much easier. I mean, you can grind through strikes with this thing with absolutely no issue. Now, one of the main things about this gun is it can recharge ammo. You don't pick up ammo like you would a regular sniper rifle, like where you would pick up some green, a little box on the floor. No, this gun has recharging ammo, which is actually really useful, but it also can be a bit of a hindrance, meaning every time you fire the 6 shots, you have to wait for it to recharge, and the shots recharge every 5 seconds, which is kind of slow, but it is still pretty useful. I mean, whilst you're waiting for this to recharge, you can switch back to your primary, and you can just start shooting enemies with your primary whilst waiting for this. This is really effective with the bigger enemies as well, I have found. Hallowed Knights, Imperial Cabals, they are going to go down very, very quickly with this gun. Now let's talk about the perks. We have Accurized Ballistics, which means more range and impact, increased recoil. Field Choke, more range and impact, increased recoil. Linear Compensator, more predictable recoil, slight boost to range and impact, more recoil. So in essence, these basically do the same thing. Don't worry about these too much. You know, they basically all do the same thing, so I really wouldn't worry about them. They make no stat changes whatsoever, as you can see as I'm going down here, so yeah, don't worry. We also have Mulligan, which means missing a shot has the chance to return ammo directly to the magazine. That's fairly good. I haven't really found it to be as really effective, because you're going to find yourself running out of ammo with this gun quite quick anyway, but the rechargeable ammo is always nice. We have your damage upgrades. We have Quick Draw, which means the weapon can be drawn unbelievably fast. Lightweight, which means when held, this weapon will grant +2 character agility, which is I like that one, mainly because this gun is quite heavy, so yeah, it's always nice to keep some speed up with that. And we have Snapshot, which means aiming this weapon is incredibly fast. So decent perks. For the actual exotic perk, we have the Icebreaker perk, which means the victims spontaneously combust, dealing damage to others nearby. I have found this to be ridiculously effective against tier 1 enemies such as dregs and thralls. You can shoot someone and they will blow up, and they'll also damage enemies around them, even kill them. So this is a very, very nice perk. And you have the damage upgrades. Now, I actually do have the equipment to max this out, so let's do it now. There you go, I have maxed this gun out to 331. You got that on record. I now have a maxed Icebreaker, which is always a good thing. It's never a bad thing. I can remember when I first got this gun, we had the Heroic Strike, I believe, was Sekrion. And when I first got this gun, that was the Heroic that was going for that week, and I breezed through it solo. It was before the matchmaking came in. I tried to solo the Strike, couldn't do it. And then I went to Zur, because Zur was selling it that week, bought the Icebreaker, went back to solo the Strike, and I did it. So I was over the moon with that. This thing is really, really nice for strikes. So you're going to want to equip this for the Nightfalls with the solar burn, because it does solar damage, which is nice. I haven't reviewed a secondary yet, so I did forget to mention the secondaries do have elemental damage. This one has solar. But that is it for the perks. Let's jump into some gameplay. Now, as you saw from the clip that I just showed you, this gun is really, really powerful. Provided you're hitting headshots, you can one-shot wizards on level 30. You can two-shot Hallowed Knights, provided you get a headshot. So this thing is ridiculously handy for the strikes. And the scope's actually pretty good, so you can hit people from a reasonable range. Whether it be closer range or a longer range, the scope is quite forgiving for that. So I do quite like that. Even though, because it's an exotic, you can't change it. A lot of people may have complained about the scope, but I personally I find it to be great. I really like it. So, in terms of cosmetics for the actual gun, the gun looks really, really cool. It's quite iconic, I would say. I've seen a lot of people doing some fan art of this. I've seen people making this out of Lego. So it's become quite a bit of an icon for Destiny, purely because it's just one of the most powerful snipers in the game. I believe it's rivaled in terms of best sniper with Black Hammer, which is a sniper rifle you can only get from the raid. So it looks like I probably won't be getting that, since no one will play the raid with me. But I digress, the gun looks really, really nice. Also, the sound of this gun is ridiculous. You always know when someone has this gun where you're doing a strike, or if you hear it in PvP. It makes such a fantastic sound. Let me just fire this off into the distance so you can hear it. See, it just makes a brilliant sound. It's always recognizable when someone's got this. You can always hear it. You know when someone's using this. And whenever you actually you have someone on your team that is using this gun, you also feel relieved because you know that you're probably not going to die if you've got at least someone using this gun on your team, because they can basically just carry you through. Because this thing, with this thing you can do that. You can carry teams through, especially on strikes. I would say this gun it just shines in PvE. I haven't really used it that much in the Crucible, so I can't really comment on that. But this gun really does do well in PvE. It just makes strikes so much easier. You can kill bosses very, very quick, provided you're hitting precision shots. Also, a good thing to note is that when fighting Fogoth on the moon, if you hit his stomach, you can actually make him stagger, which can actually stop him from moving for like 30 seconds, provided you just keep nailing those shots, which can make it very handy for your team to get some extra shots in. So bear that in mind. Honestly, I really can't say much more about this gun, other than the fact that you should definitely buy it. If Xur ever sells it again, he sold it twice in the past month, I believe, or 2 months. So he's been selling it a little bit more recently. But if you have the strange coins, get this gun if you don't already, because this thing is fantastic, and it will change the way you play Destiny. I wasn't really a sniper until I got this, and since unlocking this gun, since buying this gun, I have found myself using snipers a lot more. I used to use shotguns and fusion rifles, but I never really used snipers, just because, I don't know, they just didn't really have a huge kick to them, some of the other ones. I don't really use snipers that much, so the only snipers I have are the Icebreaker that I've got now, and I also have the LDR 5001. So they are two of the best snipers for the people that don't do the raids. So yeah, but prior to this I was just using rare snipers. I never actually bothered with a legendary until recently after getting the Icebreaker, because I really started to get good at sniping. So it will definitely change the way you play Destiny. If you haven't got this gun already and you don't snipe like me, it will basically train you to be a career sniper, because you get into the habit of it. Because, you know, why would you want to put a gun with such damage down? Because this thing is just a beast. Now, I know I have been giving this gun quite a bit of praise. There are a few drawbacks to it, though, that I feel like they're not major, but they're worth mentioning. First of all, when you die and then respawn, you respawn with no ammo, and you have to wait for your magazine to recharge. Let me just show you how long that takes. Just fire this off. The Mulligan perk is working, so this is taking a while. Now that we're at 0, this will take quite a while to get back up to 6 shots, which is kind of a pain when you're in a strike or a nightfall or anything like that. Because it takes 5 seconds for each bullet to recharge, it does take a while. So whenever you die, you're going to lose all your ammo. Also, whenever you spawn in the world, like if you just join a strike, or you go to patrol the Cosmodrome, you start off with no ammo, which always kind of bugged me. I wish it could just start off full, but never mind. They are minor gripes. They are the only gripes really that I can think of with this gun. Other than that, the gun's fairly solid. It's one of the best guns in the game, hands down. One of the best exotics, if not the best. But overall, that is it for the Icebreaker. Honestly, one of the best exotics in the game. Very, very highly recommend you pick this up if you have the strange coins. And this is very, very worth maxing out, because I have this at 331 now. I did it in the video, and it is just brilliant. There's really not a lot more I can say about it. It is just great. Just buy it. You will not regret buying this gun. I bought it a few weeks ago, never looked back. I have pretty much always got this equipped because it is just damn fun in PvE. So, again, just buy it. Just, what are you doing? Why are you still watching this video when you could be out buying the icebreaker?